Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 19 of the Make It Rain podcast. All-Star Week is here for the American Hockey League as it's coming up. We got it to you right now. The Rain had 3 games. Here we go. Let's do this. That looked a lot like Phoenix Copley this week. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 19 of the Make It Rain podcast alongside the Hockey News' very own Anthony Collazo. I am Joe O'Regan. The Rain had 3 games this week. Got a couple of old friends back at Toyota Arena. Couple for a reason. You'll get to that point later on in the podcast. Anthony, how are we?
Everybody watching the pod. I'm good, man. A nice week of hockey after Wednesday. I know you were very, very, very upset after Wednesday as... You know, Joe has not rooted for a good team in a long time. You got the Ducks, you have the Angels. You are a Rams fan, so that's a little bit of a plus, but I think football is a little lower on your list.
Football's more spread out, however. I'm not over here stressing about my team day in and day out.
Yeah, so the Rain.
I only got Sundays to worry about.
Good team in the Rain. So now when they lose, it's not like an expected loss for you. Now you understand what I've been feeling with a bunch of teams. And then you would be like, well, you guys are a winning team. Why are you mad? And it's like, you don't understand.
You don't understand the culture either.
Yeah.
And I'm hey, buddy, I'm playing college baseball for a pretty good team right now. Blah, 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 blah. Let's get into the news. We got a lot to get into. Quick NHL news. JT Miller has been traded to the Rangers with the one, the only Philip Hedl going back the other way. First round draft pick going the other way. There's somebody else going the other way too, and I'm forgetting who.
It was Victor Mancini.
Victor Mancini going back the other way as well.
Might be Vince Mancini. No, Victor Mancini.
No, it's Victor. No. Yep, it's Victor.
Victor
okay. Colazzo's right on cue. Rain news. Big 6'6" Swede Samuel Hellenius is back down to the Ontario Reign. He rejoined the lineup on Friday. We did not see him at all on Wednesday when they took on Colorado. And then just out of the blue, about 20, 25 minutes before this podcast started, thanks, NBA, Luka Doncic and Anthony Davis just had to go, whoop,
Shame bomb.
Flip-flop. Le GM making the moves, probably.
If it was Le GM, why didn't he trade for Kyrie instead of Luka?
You never know.
Kyrie and LeBron on the same team again? That would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy. I can't lie to you there whatsoever. Anyways, welcome back to the Ontario Reign podcast. It's the pipeline for all things Los Angeles Kings related. And
Mehls Media Production.
And this is also a Mehls Media Production. I knew I was missing something. And this episode is brought to you by Gowdy Law. We all know having a game plan is key, but when it comes to your family's future, are you ready? Gowdy Law is here to help specialize in estate planning. Gowdy Law ensures your loved ones are protected from losing a ton of money and time to probate when you pass away. Just like on the ice, preparation matters. Don't wait till the last minute to make the right play. Visit GowdyLaw.com today to start planning for the future. Get estate planning pricing and a free consultation right on their website. It's that simple. The prices right on their website. Gowdy Law, make estate planning easy, understandable, and affordable. As always, the link is in the description. Let's get into the Rain Rapid recaps. As game 1 on Wednesday night, they take on the Colorado Eagles.
Midweek matchup in the 909 as the Ontario Reign welcome back TJ Tynan for the first time as a Colorado Eagle.
Jack Studnicka scores 26 seconds into this one. The Ontario Reign quickly get out to a 1-0 lead, but good things can't last forever. Jacob McDonald scores off a juicy rebound from Phoenix Copley to get the Eagles even at 1. In the middle frame, quote-unquote old friend Jake Wise goes 5-hole. It was actually on Eric Portillo, not Copley. Copley was not in net this game. So he scores to make it 2-1, and then Kelly Rosen scores on a delayed penalty under Portillo's glove to make it 3-1. And then on the Ontario Reign power play, Nikita Prishapov scores a shorthanded goal, and we've got a blowout in Ontario. It's 4-1. However, just to show that the Reign sort of care, Martin Chromiak scores a Chris Paul goal. Too little, too late. Ontario Reign dropped this game by the final of 4-2.
One of the funniest things about this game was afterwards when the Ontario Reign posted the Martin Chromiak goal. There was one comment, and I was like, I wonder what that one comment is. And it's Joe with the gif of Chris Paul running back court, and I lost it. That was so funny.
Yeah, it's a Chris Paul goal. Hits a huge three to cut the lead to 42, or cut the deficit to 42. Martin Chromiak scores with 18 seconds left to cut the deficit to 4-2. Yeah, you can't score 2 goals in 17 seconds. Sorry, it's not going to happen.
You can. It's not happening.
It's definitely not happening, though. That's the thing.
We've done it in show.
There's a difference between the video game and real life, believe me or not. Let's get into the goals with this game. First period, Jack Stunica scores. Taylor Ward, great zone entry, protecting the puck, feeds it up front. Jack Stunica, hello.
Taylor Ward looked fast in that play, too.
He did look fast in that play.
Watching
Absolutely.
in person, I was like, is that Stunica? And no, it was Ward. Got to the outside edge.
Looked great.
Looking like he had that one badge on show. I forgot what it's called. The edge rush thingy.
I was going to say unstoppable force, but that is definitely the wrong thing. You're talking about elite edges, though.
Yes, there you go.
You're definitely talking about elite edges. So, yeah, Jack Stunica gets a goal, the stud muffin himself, and the Reign get up 1-0. Getting even with the Colorado Eagles, they go 3-high set. I believe this is Callie Rosen from the point, walks in, gets a low shot, big rebound, and there's Jacob nope, that is not him, that's Bradley. And Jacob McDonald wide open.
Jacob McDonald. Jacob.
I got that confused with like Jacob Silverberg or something from the Ducks. Ducks legend, hey! Second goal.
Sean Element turnover.
Yeah, Sean Element turnover. Hello, Jake Wise wide open. 5-0 on Eric Portillo. Gives the crowd a little bit of a, hey guys, I'm back. I hope you didn't forget about me. He never played in front of the Toyota Arena crowd, might I add.
Sean Element was so good at the beginning of the year, and when his scoring went down, I don't even want to say his play went down necessarily, but that was definitely not a smooth play at all from Element.
Yeah. It's definitely made the game a little bit more choppy. This window's open, by the way, so if you can hear that helicopter. A
little bit choppy, and there's a chopper.
Yes. Callie Rosen scores on a delayed penalty from Taylor Ward, a hooking, a very obvious one. Just walks in and beats Portillo, I believe, under the glove. Yes, under the glove. Clean shot, 3-1, and then...
Oh, this one makes Joe mad.
Oh, my God.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it after.
Riley Walsh, what are we doing? Nikita Prishapov goes 5-0 on Portillo. It's 4-1. We're coming back to that goal. Third period with 17 seconds left.
Stunica shoots. Chromiak gets a tip.
Yay! 4-2. We scored a goal. Yoo-hoo!
So where do you want to start in this game?
We're going to start with the Riley Walsh situation. My guy, that just cannot happen. And I'm going to break this down to you. This pass goes out to neutral ice. Rainer on a power play, might I add. What he doesn't realize is there are 2 Colorado Eagles players just lurking behind him. He gets off for a change. Caleb Jones gets on. Rain very easily also could have been called for 6 men on the ice, which they weren't. Caleb Jones gets absolutely trampled by the guy that was forechecking for the Eagles, and there's Nikita Prishapov. Hello. That thing falls down. The Rainer falling. We gotta buy
new tape.
Yeah, the Rainer falling down, and Prishapov scores. To be honest, I'm going to make just a claim on this. I'm very surprised Marco Sturm did not give Walsh the gate after that.
Really?
I'm honestly surprised.
Did you see his post-game interview? When I asked him about that exact situation on that play.
Can't happen. Can't happen. That's literally what Marco Sturm said. Can't happen whatsoever.
Yeah, I was wondering if Sturm might protect his player a little bit. Maybe he saw something different than what a lot of us saw, which a lot of coaches and players, they understand hockey and the game on the ice more than anyone else does. And so I was genuinely wondering, I wasn't trying to pick on Walsh or anything. I was wondering if there was something behind that. Walsh coming off early, Jones going out. Maybe it was a Jones issue. No, straight up, just can't happen. Bad change from Riley Walsh.
Horrific change. Like, dude, you don't have to be that strict when you're changing on a power play. Like, if you got to secure the puck and give it back to Portillo for all we care, we would like that a lot more than you just I'm going for a change. Oh no! 2 Eagles are right behind me and they're lurking and they get the puck and they score. Yeah. Shorthanded, might we add.
What was your reaction to that goal?
Not safe for podcast.
Really?
NSFP.
Yeah.
I'm not going to state it.
As far as this game goes, there wasn't a lot of material, I guess you can say, other than the fact that the Eagles, are just not a good matchup for the Reign at all going forward.
They outplayed them.
Which is weird because the Reign played Calgary well, or have played fairly this season. And the Eagles, we don't give them enough credit for how good they are. They have been right behind the Reign
team
all season. And so with how good the Reign are this year, the Eagles are very well just as good or even better than the Reign.
No doubt about it whatsoever. But can you also, so this is a question for you. Do you also think this could be a TJ Tynan thing and how TJ Tynan might know the Ontario Reign / LA Kings system very well?
I guess it can be. But at the same time, I don't think one player like that is going to make that big of a difference when it comes to knowing the system. And at the same time, if you can't forget, the entire Kings system changed this year. They went from 1-3-1 heavy to, I think,
1-2-2.
Something like, or 2. Yeah, I think so. And
something down that line.
And yeah, man, the whole system changed, so I don't know if that would be the case necessarily. Now, Tynan, I forgot how fast he was, man. He is quick.
He's got some speed to him. He's a leprechaun. He's a fast leprechaun.
He's a fast leprechaun. and he got one assist that game, right?
He did. He had the secondary assist on Callie Rosen's goal.
Yeah. So
he then committed the penalty that Martin Chromiak tipped home in the third.
Yeah, but that wasn't. And that's a funny goal or a funny penalty too, because I felt like Jeff Pope, who you know very well,
yes,
did not really give a full and Tough Shed says it's time. He didn't really go all in.
To get in the... He didn't do that. It was more like, get in the shed. I want to go home.
Do you think that was more because of the game or because Tynan was going into the box?
It was the game.
You think so?
The game was completely out of reach at that point. Like, that penalty was at 18:28 in the third period, so there was a minute 30 left in that game.
Yeah.
I guarantee you people were already filing out of the parking lot at that point.
Yeah, people were leaving already.
It was 4-1 at that point. Like, that game was over.
And you told me that when they scored that goal, you left. You were almost mad that they scored the goal. It was like insult to your injury.
It was like, oh, we scored. Bye. I'm not gonna watch this anymore. Like, bye.
That's funny. Yeah, Reign, they really got outplayed this game. From the second Stunica scored that goal, after that, they were just outplayed straight up. They were hemmed into their own zone often. And I wrote this down in my notes. In the second period, the Reign didn't have really any good chances at all.
Yeah.
Until 15 minutes in, when Fagima had a breakaway chance. And that was really the only time they had a good chance in that second period.
Didn't he miss the net, too?
He might have.
Yeah, I think he did. Brutal. Just a horrible game. Hey, TJ Tynan got the homecoming he wanted. Just walk right in. Dun, dun, dun. Sat down, put his feet on the table, and told the Reign to make him a sandwich. Like he just walked in like he owned the place almost.
He also got a very nice homecoming.
Yes,
when he came back to the arena.
Got a very nice tribute video. Pretty. They put more effort into it, but very similar to Martin Ferk's homecoming video as well. I'm just waiting for Lias Anderson to come back so that the Reign can give Lias Anderson a video. Rangers legend.
I didn't even. I wasn't covering the Reign when Joe was a fan before me.
Yeah,
Joe's a super fan. We got a super fan in the media, so it's like a perfect match.
You got a little.
You got hype up. Oh, and by the way, in this game we got your sign up.
Yes,
on the
got the 11 versus 17. If you want to show a picture, you can. I got the Godfather in there. I also got two other posters, Stud Muffin and King Charles Houdon. So it felt nice to get those in there for once. Let's just say that.
That was probably one of our better performing shorts that we've had.
Yeah.
Wow. Ian, the videographer, shout out Ian. He came up to me in the intermission, like right when that video, because Nicole, shout out Mehls Media, posted that video mid-game toward the end of the second period. And we saw it, and the videographer is obviously working. He comes upstairs to the media booth, sits down for like 5 minutes, and he walks over to me on the other side of the media and goes, "Hey, I saw your video," and I think I'm telling you this for the first time.
Yes, you are.
He said, "Hey, I saw your video, and the security here is inconsistent, and they're very bad." And he was like, "I went to one side of the arena. I have my work badge on. he is Ontario Reign staff. He's not media like me. He is staff. He has like
staff.
a red badge on. He's staff.
Yes.
And he was like, I had an In-N-Out and my camera stuff, and he was like, you can't bring that in. And he was like, I work here.
God.
He was like, I work here. What do you mean I can't bring it in? And he was like, you can't bring it in. And he's like, look, I got my badge on. Doesn't matter. And then the staff told him, that same guy said, if you share your fries, I'll let you in. And he went, no. So he walked around the arena, went to a different gate.
And they
guess
just
what?
let him in.
And they let him in because he's got a badge. And he was like, yeah, the security here at Toyota Arena, for some odd reason, are inconsistent.
Extremely inconsistent. And I'm not going any further into it, or else I'd be giving away secrets at this point. I'm not going into it. I'm not going into it. I'm not going to go into it. So
you'll probably get in trouble.
I probably would, actually. Anything else that really needs to be stated out of this game?
No.
Eric Portillo looked subpar, starting to become a recurring theme with the Ontario Reign these past few weeks. Hopefully, Ports turns the corner soon.
Not bad. Just subpar.
Just not Eric Portillo. Like, not like the all-star goaltender we're expecting.
Yeah.
Thank God we got another good goaltender in there. As we're going to cover game 2 as the Ontario Reign head down the I-10 and the I-15 to Tucson to take on the Roadrunners.
I forgot it was me. Arizona, here I come. Reign Roadrunners. Friday night matchup in Tucson. Ontario had a lot of good chances in the first, but nothing doing. In the second, the stud muffin stays hot. As Jack Stunica scores on the rush, it is 1-0 Ontario. 39 seconds later, Houday, Houdon's gonna score again. A close quarters one-timer, popping the bottle to give the Reign some insurance. In the third, Igor Sokolov scores 4 minutes in as Copley had no chance finding the puck. It is 2-1 Reign, and it would stay that way until the final buzzer. 2-1 Reign final.
That's the response you'd like to see out of the Ontario Reign. They pick up the Friday night win. Friday night smackdown against the Tucson Roadrunners. That's what happens when Jacob Doty's out of the lineup. Luke Rowe, Hunter Drew. Let's just get into those guys real quick. They got into a nice little tilt 5 minutes into the first period.
I actually didn't catch that. Secret, me and Joe were at the same place. We were at a soccer game.
Yep.
And so we were listening to the game. We were technically watching, but we weren't focusing.
Yes.
I would say on the game, watching
100%.
intently. I didn't see the fight because I was in the hockey news meeting with Doyle and Keith Fries and Caro and Charlotte, with all those people who are part of THN LA Kings.
Shout out all of them.
And the game started, so I didn't see that. I turned the game on after that. Was it like a big tilt? Was it okay?
It was more so a wrestling match, but
a nothing tilt.
Yeah, it was a meh tilt. I give it a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10, mid.
I'm over here rating fights. Nice.
I like that.
So let's get into the goals. Obviously, nothing in the first. Second period, Jack Stunica. Yeah.
On the rush, Andre
Lee to Cole Krieger to Jack Stunica. Beautiful feed by Cole Krieger. Jack Stunica, wide open, cross crease. Nothing else needs to be said. Second goal. Yeah, buddy. Caleb Jones feeds Charles Houdon, top cheese, popping the bottle. Somebody's coming in through the back door. And the Reign go up 2-0. Like that. Third period, Igor Sokolov, something like that. I'm going to say it's Sokolov. That's just my guess. He gets one. We don't really even have a highlight for that goal. Or no, wait. Out in front, Copley had legit no chance. On the power play, might we add.
The more I do this podcast, the more I appreciate how easy the Reign do things. Like, why did the Roadrunners feel the need to go from the broadcast to the camera
one of their
angle?
camera.
And the camera angle isn't even a good camera angle.
It's not good.
They can't really see the play. So
behind the net, Sokolov, and then Copley's just like,
yeah, no chance.
Crap.
Never a chance.
Like, yeah, I don't have a shot at that. Hey, it doesn't matter. Ontario Reign pick up 2 points, pick up a great response from that game, and they find a way to win. So, hey, you can take it how you want it. That's how you do it right there.
Take it how you want it.
Nothing really that needs to be said on that. However, I am going to just say this. Holy heck. That's a lot of penalties committed in this game. Luke Rowe, Hunter Drew, 5 minutes for fighting in the first. Here we go, second period. Rowe tripping. Hunter Drew slashing. Caleb Jones holding. Angus Booth roughing. Angus Booth roughing. Jeff Malott roughing. Why are we... All right. Joe O'Yap session. Jeff Malott roughing. Hunter Drew roughing. Julian Lutz roughing. Jeff Malott tripping. Fagimo slashing. Ben McCartney roughing. Oh, I'm not done yet either. Ben McCartney, another roughing. Hoot on interference, and Curtis Douglas hooking.
Good job.
My God, that's a lot of penalties. A lot of offsetting penalties. For the grand total of 38 penalty minutes in this game alone.
Oh my gosh.
By both teams. Oh, by the way, it does not get any better in Saturday night.
It gets far worse.
It gets significantly worse. Shall we get into it?
We shall get into it.
As I should say, Phoenix Copley did have a good game there. Now let's get into
Copley
it.
has low-key become one of probably the better goalie as of the last month.
He's been the better goalie the past month. I will definitely make that argument.
And there are people out there, I'm not going to say names, but you know who you are if you're watching. And people who are watching knows who this guy is, or multiple people, I should say, who want Portillo to be up in the NHL over guys like Riddick. And it's like...
No. Give him... What? Let's not force this. Just give him some time. He already got his first game.
If anything, you would want Copley up there. If anything, you want Copley up there, especially right now.
Now, you got to see this. They're also looking at this thinking, oh, Phoenix Copley just got hurt. Oh, Phoenix Copley's looking streaky this year. What you don't realize is he's not really that streaky. He is either really good or he's average.
Yeah.
He's...
And the only time
and most of the time he's above average.
The only time he was bad was
the start of the year.
Yeah,
when he was trying to get his feet under him.
Yeah,
which can't really do much about that. The only other time he was bad was the Iowa Wild game about a month ago.
Yeah,
if you want to even go into that. So, with that being said, great performance out of Phoenix Copley. That did, I believe, get him a... Oh, no, it didn't. Let's get into game 3 as let's run it back in Tucson as the Reign take on the Roadrunners in this Saturday night matchup. In the opening frame, on the power play, the Reign gave up a shorthanded goal to Cameron Hebig, and it's 1-0 bad guys. But right as you can say, we call 8-ball corner pocket. Taylor Ward cues a tip home top right corner and ties this thing up. But guess what? Taylor Ward, Angels legend, decides, I'm not content with that. Let's score again. He makes it 2-1. In the third period, Jeff Malott says, you know what? I got 2 more for y'all. He scores 2 tip-in goals. The Reign have a commanding 4-1 lead. Now let's watch the Reign pull a 2013 Toronto Maple Leafs, specifically Game 7. Travis Barron scores to make it 4-2. Austin Polanski scores on a 2-man advantage to make it 4-3. And Cameron Hebig scores his second of the game to tie things up at 4. And this game would head to overtime. Oh, my bad. A shootout, because nothing happened in overtime. But thank the good Lord that the Godfather and Jeff Malott exist as they convert on their shots. Portillo stands tall. The Reign somehow get out of Tucson with 2 points and win the week by the final of 5-4.
I know I asked you for the Wednesday game against the Eagles, where do you want to start? But like, where do you really want to start with this game? Because there are a lot of places where you can start.
Tell me when to stop on the Ontario Reign penalties. Ready?
Stop.
9 penalties? Are you serious? In a 60-minute effort, 65-minute effort because overtime exists. I'm spitting all over my monitor. 9 penalties in 65 minutes.
60 because they didn't commit a penalty.
They didn't commit a penalty
so
in overtime. Yeah. Let's just crank some quick numbers here.
Realistically, if we're talking
divided by 9, a penalty every 6 minutes and 40 seconds.
If you really want to get critical, the last penalty was 14:36 by Andre Lee. So if you really want to get critical, 9 penalties in 55 minutes, which is absolutely unacceptable.
Oh, wait, I just did it wrong again.
And
55 divided by 9. Yeah, 6 minutes and 11 seconds. Or 6.111. So every 6 minutes and 6 or 6 minutes, 7 seconds, the Reign were down.
And it almost costed them the entire game.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let's keep going. How many times were the Ontario Reign down 2 people on the ice? And at one point, down 3.
Hey, they won though.
Thank God, or I'd be irate right now.
Dude, I tweeted on Twitter probably twice, I think, like the same thing, but it kept happening, that your penalty kill can only be good for so long.
Until it's going to bite.
And it didn't cost them yesterday, but they had a lot of penalties yesterday as well.
And it almost really cost them today.
Yeah, they went 1 for 5 on the penalty kill, which is good.
This game? They went
last game.
Oh, last game they went 1 for 5. Yeah.
And then this game they went 1 for 9. Or 8 for 9. Last game, 4 for 5.
Tucson went 1 for 5.
Yeah.
And then 1 for 9.
So
2 for 14. Great job by the penalty kill.
You can look at it both ways. You can look at it, okay, penalty kill, probably the most sufficient aspect of the team. But then you can look at it like they're committing way too many penalties in a 2-game stretch.
Yes.
Which in the playoffs, if you do this,
it's a death sentence.
You're not going to win.
You are never going to win. Never.
And I think we're at the point where technically the first half of the season has ended. Congratulations, 19 episodes deep, 19 weeks deep, first half of the season. Awesome.
17 weeks with games.
Yes. And we can now start talking about playoff time. We're almost there. We're a couple months away.
We're getting there.
And so
hang in there, baby.
You can't do that in the playoffs. Straight up can't. Like, even let's say you get the 1 seed.
In the playoffs, things get a lot more physical. So, with that being said, the Ontario Reign, you have got to be on your A game. You've got to keep as many guys healthy as possible. You got to keep as many guys fresh as possible. And the Ontario Reign are already trailing Coachella and Calgary
Not anymore.
by 3 games.
Not anymore.
They have 3 games in hand on the Ontario Reign.
The Reign are above Calgary or above Coachella now. I don't think it's updated.
No, I'm talking about games played here.
Oh, okay. No, I got you. No, okay, so then that would be 2.
Yeah.
That'd be 2. Because they're 26-14-1 now, so that game isn't in yet.
Yeah, that's
so
correct.
So 2 games, the Reign have 54 points in second place. Dude, the regulars just keep winning, dude. I mean, at some point, you got to come down to earth, and they're just not.
And the best part is they're winning without guys with guys just rotating like Adam Klapka. Like, Adam Klapka is their big dude.
Yeah.
And Cameron Bishop's been up and down too, and he's their captain.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck they're doing up in Calgary, but heck, it works.
And it's not like they're playing good against the Reign either. It's kind of shocking.
And that place is also a goaltending farm too. Dustin Wolf, and now Devin Cooley. Like, oh my gosh.
Real quick, we've got to do this. The highlights aren't up yet for us. Let's recap the goals real quick.
Very quickly, yes. First goal, Cameron Hebig, shorthanded. I don't remember this goal. I'm sorry. If you want to pull it up, you can. Nicole, you can put it in there. just put it in there. Yeah,
she'll have a video by the time.
She will have the video by this point.
We don't have it. It was shorthanded.
Shorthanded goal.
And then he risked one right past Portillo, basically. Like,
yes.
It was just very,
off the rush and 2-on-1 shorthanded. Yeah, you're asking to be scored on. Reign get even. Taylor Ward tipped in. Face-off play. Studnicka to Lee. Lee works it down low. Lee feeds. Or not even feeds. Like a hard pass, and Ward just ramps it up into the top right corner.
Very nice goal. From a weird angle. Not easy.
That's a dandy of a goal. That's for certain. We're 1-1 heading to the second period. Taylor Ward scores again.
Yeah.
Scores again. 4 minutes into the second period. Video's here somewhere. It was a good goal. I don't remember exactly what it was. Just bear with me on that. Third period. A very common theme here. Jeff Malott, goal number 11 and goal number 12 on the year. Both of them tip-in goals.
Yeah. First one from Glenn Godden. Second one from Riley Walsh. Very nice
on the power play.
From Malott.
That second goal was on the power play from Malott. So.
And then
Travis.
Down.
Yep. And then here we go. London Bridge is falling down. Travis Barron gets them back to 2. Austin Pagansky scores 5-on-3 from Kyrie Yamamoto. Oilers legend. And now he's on Utah.
I thought he was on Dodgers. And then Curtis Douglas.
Stop.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's the one he just went into.
And then Cameron Hebig ties it up with an empty net. And ladies and gentlemen, this game is off to overtime in a game that should not be going to overtime. Both teams are securing the Gary Bettman pity point. Nothing happens in overtime. We go to a shootout. All right. Kyrie Yamamoto save by Portillo.
Yeah.
Good save there. Glenn Godden, per usual, goes right, cuts back, beating Villalta by the blocker. Actually, in this case, he got him 5-hole in this case. It's very close to the Taylor Ward move, except it's in the other direction, and he just pulls back and goes. Take it. Igor Sokolov misses the net, and Jeff Malott buries the winner.
Yep.
Pretty close to the same move, except it's a left-handed shot, so he's coming across and just shooting it home.
Yeah,
Ontario Reign walk out of that one with 2 points. They win the week. They pick up all 4 possible points in Tucson, and they're going into the All-Star break riding a high.
Yeah, and you needed that. You cannot go into the All-Star break like that. I know that I make some weird comparisons sometimes, but it almost reminded me if they lost this game, like when the Yankees played the Baltimore Orioles this year in 2024, and Ben Rice hit a go-ahead 3-run home run off Craig Kimbrell.
Start playing him.
4-2 game, and then Volpe made an error, fly ball left field, Verdugo trips and falls, and Cedric Mullins walk off on the Yankees, going to the All-Star break feeling terrible.
Down.
This is exactly what you needed. It almost just terrible.
It almost
terrible.
just went.
You were having a fun time in this.
I
room.
definitely was. I definitely was.
We might have a video of Joe raging. Maybe we can get.
Maybe we'll get. We definitely have a photographer in here right now, or a videographer in here right now.
Looking all nonchalant over here.
What's up, dude? Anyways, so let's just get this straight. 7 penalties in 39 minutes.
Yeah, can't happen.
It cannot happen.
I wonder if the Sturm interview is up right now.
It might be. We're not going to break into that now. Let me just quickly break into the Reign penalties this game. You can go ahead and start the music. Just keep it a little bit lower. Yeah, right there, right there. Jacob Dvorak, tripping, 2 minutes. Jack Stunica, 2 minutes. Cross-checking. Jack Stunica, 2 minutes. High-sticking. Charles Udon, 2 minutes. Hooking. Too many men, served by Martin Chromiak. Samuel Hellenius, 2 minutes. Holding. Glenn Godden, 2 minutes. Slashing. Joe Hickett's 2 minutes. Slashing. Andre Lee, 2 minutes. Hooking. That is a mouthful. That is from Friday's game, by the way.
I did see that.
That is an absolute mouthful. The Reign committed 9 penalties. Okay, you can stop that now. 9 penalties. That is a no-go. Period. End of story. And obviously, the Reign are not trying to commit 9 penalties in a game. I get that. However, how in God's green earth are 9 penalties being committed? I just don't get that.
Yeah, discipline is definitely an issue, at least for right now. And
or the refs are really soft. We don't know, because let's also just remember the fact that Tucson had 7 penalties against them.
That is true. That is true.
Like, this was a penalty game. Like, usually we chat about the refs like swallowing the whistle. Whoever the referees were this game, the exact opposite.
You've had games where the Reign have committed 0 penalties and they look clean the entire game, and then you have games like this where you commit 9 penalties and it almost cost you the game. So, which one are you, Ontario Reign? Are you the team that we saw Saturday night, or are you the team that committed 0 penalties against? I don't know if you remember. I don't remember.
Or maybe they're a 4-syllable word called inconsistent.
Well, you have until early April to figure that out.
End of April, actually.
End of April.
It's like the middle of end of April. Season ends like April 19th or something like that. Very late ending this year. They end after the NHL season ends.
Do they really?
Yes, they do.
That's crazy.
And last year, the Ontario Reign's final game at home was April 12th. This year, I believe it is April 19th against the Abbotsford Canucks. So season's just winding down real quick on this one. So we're 19 episodes into this podcast. We're gonna probably be 30 episodes in by the time the playoffs get here. And if the Reign make a deep playoff run, you might see somebody different in this chair.
Maybe.
There's stuff that is going on. Trust me, I'm not leaving permanently. Anyways, let's get into the Reign weather report. I have the 100% this week?
I believe so.
All right, sounds good. Give me Jack Stunica. 2 goals, 2 assists. The opening goal on Wednesday, had a goal on Friday. Saturday, I believe he picked up a couple points. Looked very good. Jack Stunica continues ever since that 0%, I feel like he's just flipped the switch. He's looked great. He's skating great on the power play 2 unit. And he's also making those guys like Andre Lee, Taylor Ward. Ever heard of him? He's making those guys better around him, in my opinion.
I do believe he's making them better. I don't think it's the other way around. Marco Sturm said that it helps to have Lee and Ward around him. If that was the case, I would have made that argument about Samuel Fagemo when he played with them for a bulk of the year. But I feel like Studnicka has really... I don't think it's a coincidence at all that Fagemo's offensive output and point scoring has came down ever since he was moved down from the Studnicka line. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think Studnicka makes guys around him better, in my opinion, just from his zone entries alone and his speed, because he's such a threat out there.
Certainly. Jack Studnicka does skate with very good pace and very good speed.
Very fast. Probably the fastest guy on the team. Definitely,
yes.
Definitely him, Pinelli, Chromiak.
Him, yeah, right about.
Those three.
I mean, is there a defenseman that we could really think of that might be on that list?
I don't think so.
Like Angus Booth could skate pretty quickly, but
I don't think he can skate like Jack Studnicka.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Never mind. So yeah, Jack Studnicka, 100%. Not very much that needs to be explained here. Who do we have at 50%? And I got a pretty good, I guess, on this one.
I think it's obvious. Taylor Ward.
Yeah.
2 goals, 1 assist. Pretty much a toss up between 100 and 50 if you really want to think about it that way.
Flip a coin.
Let me write this down real quick on my notes real quick for the like a clip thingy.
Taylor Ward, 2 goals and an assist this week. All right, let's 2 goals against Tucson on Saturday, and then an assist against Colorado. The primary assist on the Jack Studnicka goal 26 seconds in. So
I think one of the main reasons why he's not 100% is because he wasn't very. I'm not gonna say he wasn't a contributor, but didn't put up a point in Friday's game. Studnicka put up a point in 3 straight games.
Yeah.
I think he also has a pretty good point streak as well. Probably like 10 games, 11 games, something like that. I believe. I think I heard that on the broadcast.
He has a 4-game point streak. He didn't have one against Bakersfield.
So a 4-game point streak. I know he scored. What did Shaft say on the broadcast? I completely forgot. It was something like that. But that entire line, they were third line, I think, and then they went up to second line this week.
Yep.
They have been, absolutely terrific. They talk about it on the broadcast all the time. Lee, Studnicka, Ward, you keep those guys together and you ride them out into the playoffs, obviously barring a call-up from Lee.
Yeah, that line's going to feed families.
Yeah, you keep that the same because they have been red hot. I like the way they look. Lee can give a little bit of offensive output. He's a bigger guy. Ward, a little bit of a bigger guy, but can also give a lot of offensive output.
No doubt.
And then Studnicka is the motor of the line.
No doubt about it. So here's my question to you as we're talking about call-ups here. With the Four Nations tournament coming up here, do we see potentially guys like Brant Clark, like Alex Turcotte? Do we potentially see those guys come down for a game or two just to keep their legs fresh?
How long is the Four Nations?
Oh my God, it's like 2 weeks almost. Here, I'll give you an exact answer in a moment.
It's Wednesday the 12th to Thursday the 20th. So is it like a complete NHL shutdown at that time?
It's basically a complete week. There's no games whatsoever at that time.
I think at the NHL level, I don't think you do. I think you give them a break, a much needed break. I don't think there's a need to bring them down and play at the AHL level where it can sometimes be more chaotic.
Yes.
And more physical in some senses. I don't think you risk that, especially with Alex Turcotte, who is having a fantastic year.
He's having kind of a monster year, if you think about it. Yeah,
he's having a fantastic year with the Kings. You don't mess with that.
Yes.
Because he has an injury history.
This is exactly what the LA Kings wanted out of Alex Turcotte. He's becoming a first liner for the LA Kings.
He is a first liner.
Yeah, he is. And he's going to become a good one, in my opinion. Once guys like Kopitar retire and stuff, that's the first line center for that team.
Yeah, Turcotte, he has become the 5th overall pick that the Kings drafted a few years back.
Everything they wanted.
When we saw him with the Reign last year, he got off to a good start, and then he got hurt, which has been the story of Turcotte's career.
Right about.
Going into the playoffs, Turcotte performed well for the Reign. Very, very well. Makes the Kings roster out of training camp.
Yep.
I think he's like a third liner with them, with like a second liner. Moves up to that first line. He has been playing fantastic with Kopitar and
Kempe.
I don't think you mess with that at all and bring him down and risk an injury.
Reign legend Adrian Kempe.
Reign legend. And the same with Clark. I don't think you mess with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother with it. However, I would not be surprised if the LA Kings and Rob Blake, because the Kings just love to be unnatural in ways, decide to do that.
Clark would not be much. I think it would be less surprising if he came down because
Certainly.
Clark has gotten scratched in a couple games for the Kings. He played today. They won 4-2. I don't know. I think if you're going to scratch Brent Clark, I don't think there's a need for him to be on the Kings. I don't think he's placed on waivers if he gets called down. So you might as well just get him work. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Kings do things weird. It's similar to like New York sports teams.
You don't have to give him first line minutes in the AHL just because he's the best defenseman we have right now.
Oh, yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Like no,
But
you don't have to do that.
I do think Stern would play Clark with Hicketts like last year.
Duh. Like that's like just blatantly obvious though.
So that would be the first.
Of
pairing.
course, absolutely. 0%. Cool by just breaking that now.
Of course.
And I 100% agree. If you see this guy's Twitter at all or X, Wednesday night, Riley Walsh secured himself the 0% based on that shorthanded goal. I'm not kidding you. The end of story. That was horrible. Straight up, that was horrible.
Yeah.
Puck clears the zone. Riley Walsh sees the puck and he's like, Caleb, you take it. Like I don't want to skate anymore. You take it. So Caleb Jones goes to take this puck. He gets absolutely wrecked. I don't even know by who. And then, whoop, pew. Thank you very much. The Eagles are just saying, oh, thank you.
It's one of those moments where you look and I'm not a professional athlete. He's not a professional athlete. But you look and you're like, how does that happen by a professional? Like you are a professional. The puck is in front of you and you go off for a change. And I'm not trying to pick on Riley Walsh. I would say that about anybody. I would say that about Adam Fox on the Rangers. What are you doing?
Straight up. There is no other way to put it. One of the Rain fans from the loyal section of Section 105, one of the Rain fans made the comment of, "Hey, we could switch spots because he's got a little more heart or something." Like, if you get that comment at all, like you just, as I've probably said many times before, you can't do that.
Yeah, can't happen. That's what Sturm said. Can't happen.
It is pure. You can't even defend that. It's just purely unacceptable.
Congratulations to Riley Walsh, first player to ever get the 0% before the first game ended.
Yeah. Anyways, moving into next week, it's the All-Star break. So the All-Star Challenge is at Acrisure Arena in Coachella Valley. All 32 teams will have a representative there. For the Ontario Reign, it, of course, is Fi Fagimo. Some of the other teams, Coachella Valley has players like Hani Newman there. San Jose's got Podorowski and Yaro Askarov. I don't even know who the goals have. I think it's Tyson Hine. Or no, it's Yegor Sidorov. I just remembered. Sid the Science Kid. Tucson.
I have no idea. Onyebuchi?
I have no idea. No, it's not Onyebuchi. I know it's not. I would remember that one. I don't remember exactly. Calgary's got, I believe it's Klapka and Cooley. So the Pacific Division's got no shortage of talent. Give me the Pacific Division all day long on Monday night. You can watch that on NHL Network, TSN Sports, all that stuff. And it was Cameron Hebig that got there. Okay, nice. So that happens. And then the Ontario Reign return to Toyota Arena on Saturday as they take on the Dananet.
Goals suck.
Dananet.
Goals suck.
Dananet. 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 Goals suck. On Saturday, it is pink in the rink. Oof, breast cancer. Oof, cancer, period. Just like, that sounded so wrong. Screw cancer. There you go. Done deal. Screw cancer. Pink in the rink night to spread awareness on cancer and specifically breast cancer awareness. There you go. Got it out the correct way.
Not a joke.
No, it is not a joke whatsoever. We hope to see you there. I might not even be there for that game. We'll see.
Probably not.
We'll see what happens.
It's a long drive.
Yeah, that is a long drive. Anyways, with that being said, is there anything else that we really need to break into here?
Nothing else.
Nothing else. With that being said, thank you very much for watching episode 19 of the Make It Rain podcast. You know, drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. You can subscribe to the Make It Rain podcast channel. in the description. Might be on the video. Might be on the screen somewhere. We hope you have a great week and a great Monday. We will see you next week, or maybe sometime in the middle of this week for a special interview.
We'll
if
see.
not, we will see you next Monday
Like
for
and
episode
subscribe.
20.
Mehls Media Production.
Yes.